Hey everybody, it's Kyle. Coming at you a little late this week. Sorry about that. It's just been a little crazy, a little hectic. I haven't been feeling very well either. I got kind of a cold. I've heard that allergies are kind of kicking up for people too. Not COVID. I sure hope not anyway. But I highly doubt it is. I have no temperature and I can taste and smell everything. So I'm assuming it's okay. I've just kind of got a cough, and I've been doing some Zicam, and just my sinuses are jacked up, period, whether we have COVID going on or not. So I think that's probably more what it is. And I know my wife said that she talked to a few employees that are really having some issues too. So I think that's just what's going on. But anyway, I'm coming at you from my car. Had to come into the office to pick up this new MacBook Pro, the top of the line new MacBook Pro, not the M1, guys. I said top of the line. I don't know about M1s yet. I'm not ready to pull the trigger on something like that yet, because I'm gonna wait for at least second generation on that deal, and we'll see. But it's promising. What I'm seeing right now, it definitely is promising. But anyway, no, it's a Core i9, the highest end processor, highest end everything on this MacBook Pro. And I'll be taking this, and then we're going to use the one I was using for work to someone else who's a designer in our department. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so I had to go pick that up, and we're trying to get that all set up. And so I'm in my car. What is bugging me? Well, let's see. You know, I'll tell you, we're a funny group of people in the United States. We don't want to wear masks, and 3,500 people almost are dying every day. And at the same time, now we got a bunch of people who don't want to take the vaccine. First off, you're not going to get a chance to until like April or May, because they're going to distribute it, properly to people who need it first, so that they're safe and all that stuff, and can continue to help us as we get sick because we're stupid and we don't wear masks. But so you're not even going to have a chance to take it regardless for a while, which is fine. But there's a lot of different reasons I've heard that people don't want to take it. The first one, and I used to kind of think this too, boy, it sure happened fast. Usually it takes like 1.5 to 3 years to develop a medication and distribute it. Well, yeah, that's true. But I would say this. All of these pharmaceutical companies that have developed a vaccine for COVID put all of their resources into developing this vaccine as quickly as possible. And they followed all the rules as far as safety, testing, trials, all that stuff, the same way that they do for other medications. They just did it at an accelerated pace. So it's kind of like all hands on deck. When you get, 100% of the people in your company working on this, then you can do it quicker. Normally they don't. They're developing multiple products at the same time. So it only makes sense that it's faster. So shoot that one out of the water. That's kind of a dumb excuse, if you really stop and think about it logically. Okay. And then the next thing I've heard is that people, this one really cracks me up. People are convinced that that Bill Gates is putting man, this road is effed up. 119th Street right now. Good Lord. People are convinced that Bill Gates is putting microchips into the vaccine. So when you get an injection, there'll be these microscopic microchips running throughout your body that will allow them to do all kinds of things. See you wherever you are, control you, alter your DNA. That's one I heard too, and all that jazz. Okay, first off, let's start at the obvious. The technology's not there, guys. There's no technology like that yet. Okay, that's science fiction shit. How can you know that, Kyle? Well, I don't. But not 100%, but I would say 99.9% sure that nothing like that exists. Why? Well, number one, batteries. You would have to have batteries to, send a signal from your body walking around on Earth to a satellite. It takes a lot of power, So even if they were these microscopic things floating around in your body, do you think they got enough battery life to do that? I mean, we're just now to the point where watches have that, right? And watches are pretty big. They're definitely not microscopic. The reason is we just don't have the technology yet for those batteries. The latest technology is called aluminum ion, and it's going to be a big deal. But they're super thin, almost like a piece of aluminum foil, and they can power things. So the things that I've seen them in, that would really be beneficial, obviously watches will probably be more like phones in the future, or a bracelet or whatever, necklace, I guess, could also be a phone. But, phones also can get a lot smaller, thinner, with aluminum ion batteries. The problem that they're having right now is overheating and issues like that. But it's there, and they're in the infancy of developing it to be a usable technology. And it's going to change everything when it comes out. It's going to be bigger than lithium ion. Actually, probably nickel metal hydride was the biggest one up till now. But aluminum ion is going to change everything when it comes out. So, but we're not there yet. It's not in any devices that are sold on the market for consumers yet. Now, granted, we're talking about stuff that wouldn't be on the market, but even still, even if it was aluminum metal or aluminum ion batteries, they'd still be too big to inject into someone. Okay. All right. Number two, the other one I heard is change your DNA. Or maybe this is number 3 or 4. I lose track. Can't change your DNA, guys. I mean, it can change over time, and it can change, through evolution. But you can't put that into somebody and change their DNA today. It's impossible. So shoot that one out of the water too. And again, yeah, sure, maybe I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 99.9% sure that's not possible. The other one was to control people. Okay, again, what does that entail? How does that work? You would have to know the parts of the brain that it would connect to in order to control people's actions and activities. We're just not there. Put it this way, guys, we barely know most of the things that are in our oceans. A majority of the species that are in our oceans, we are unaware of right now. Do you think we really have technology to inject people with microchips so we can watch what they're doing? And that brings me to my next point. We're pretty fucking boring. I mean, what is it that we're watching? I mean, I could see, if they were saying, well, they're going to inject the president with these things or a secret agent with these microchips, I could see something like that, because that would be a person that would be valuable to follow and pay attention to. But I mean, if you're following me, you're going to be like, well, oh, Kyle ate fast food twice this week. Wow. I mean, he better watch his cholesterol. Oh, geez, he's watching Fail Army again. Oh, he's listening to Black Sabbath again. He's drinking tequila again. I mean, who the fuck cares, man? And while we're on that subject, don't we all already carry around, by our own choice, devices that can do all these things? Yeah, there are cell phones. I'm recording on mine right now. So you don't need microchips to do that shit, okay? And then the last point on that subject of people tracking us and watching what we're doing. Okay, how many people are you going to hire to watch people and track people? I mean, it's an important question, right? I mean, even with like computer warning systems or something that can monitor and then alert us to pay attention and shit like that, how many people are you going to hire? Let's say in the United States, they're going to, each person who does this is going to track 100 people. Okay? So you can work 8-hour shifts, so that's 3 8-hour shifts. So 3 people every day will track 100 people. So we got 300 million people in this country, right? Minimum. So already we're at hiring 3 million people just if one person could watch 100 people 24 hours a day. But it can't be. It's going to be 3 for shifts. So you're talking about hiring 9 million people to watch people if they're watching 100 at a time. It's fucking crazy. Again, man, our phones already do this, and they're really not watching that closely. They're watching to sell us shit, guys. That's it. They're not watching, I mean, yeah, if you do something illegal, they could probably look at your records and try and figure out what you did and where you were and all that shit. But other than that, if you're not doing anything illegal, don't worry about it. Seriously. Don't get me wrong, man. I understand the paranoia, and yeah, Big Brother's watching, and they know, and it creeps me out when I am in the car talking with my son about something, and then I get home, and like 4 hours later, I'm on the internet looking at something, and I see an ad for what he and I were talking about. Like, how the hell does that come up? And then I'm getting those ads all the time. Okay, so is my phone recording what I'm doing, and then the computer's figuring it out and sending me ads about it? Maybe. I don't know. But I can say no. It's insane. So I would say consider those things when you're paranoid about this type of thing. There's just, first of all, it's not possible technologically. But even if it were, the infrastructure it would require for this to operate properly is just impossible. It's just not there. I mean, even if you put it over to India and hire 9 million people there to do this, it'd have to be a huge undertaking. It's silly. So that's what's bugging me. I just, I posted I don't know if you've ever seen the meme with a guy sitting behind a sign and it says, blah, 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 prove me wrong, and he's got a cup of coffee, But they had one like that, and it was Bill Gates. And he has a cup of coffee, and he's behind this sign, and it says, "You're not worth microchip tracking. Prove me wrong." So true, man. So true. Most of us are not even close to worth that. And so, yeah. Anyway, I've proved my point, at least to myself. So, yada, yada, yada. That's all I got on what's bugging me right now. I'm going to go ahead and cut out here for a minute, and I'll come back with some things that I'm into right now. So let me throw it over to Kyle. Hey, Kyle. All right, and I'm back. Let's see. What am I into right now? Well, let's see. As far as watching things, I've got some shows that I want to watch. My son and I have almost finished Moonbase 8, which was, I think, on Showtime. But yeah, that was a fun show. But he even knows I like that he recognizes that there's no way they're going to make a second season, and that the 3 guys that are in the show, Tim Heidecker, Fred Armisen, and John C. Reilly, they don't really care how much money they made. They had fun making the show, and it's kind of silly. And he said all those things. I was like, wow, dude, I'm kind of proud of you that you can recognize that, even at 15, to understand how things work. And as far as it's going to have to make a lot of money and be very popular to get a second season. Neither one of those things are the fact with this. And it's an okay show. It's not fantastic, but he and I like it because we love those 3 actors, and there's a lot of funny stuff in it for us. So we're almost done with that. Cobra Kai, holy crap, man. Watch the end of the season 2 and getting ready for season 3 coming out in January. Wow, wow, wow. Amazing. Amazing show, man. I'm floored. I had no idea I could give this much of a shit about Karate Kid. But I do. It's great. Mandalorian season finale is on now. I haven't seen it. I'm going to watch it with the family tonight. Looking forward to that. From what I hear from my bro Tom, I'm going to shit my pants. I am not ready for what I'm going to see. And I'm excited about that. I guess there's a post-credits scene too. I've seen that in a few places, but I don't really know what happens in this episode. But I am looking forward to it. Definitely. Let's see what else. I mean, yeah, I have been watching a lot of Fail Army, man. I need to quit it. Too much. But I love watching people fall down and do stupid things and get hurt. Can't help it. What else have I been watching? Not a lot. I mean, there's a few things here and there. We love Kim's Convenience. I know I've talked about it before. And we also love Kath and Kim. My wife and I love both those shows. And they're definitely an acquired taste. They're not for everybody, but for us, we find them pretty humorous and we like them a lot. So if you like kind of weird, off-the-wall type of comedy, Kim's Convenience is pretty straightforward. But Kath and Kim, definitely an odd show. Okay? But give it a shot if you like that kind of British humor type stuff, even though it's Australian. But if you like that type of humor, yeah, it might be your cup of tea. I'm not sure, which is very appropriate for British humor. Movies. Haven't really watched anything new in that respect. I mean, there's some stuff I want to watch. I would really like to, definitely want to watch Wonder Woman 1984. It comes out on Christmas Day. I'm trying to decide if we're going to brave a movie theater or if we're just I'm going to do a trial of HBO Max and watch it at home. I vote for number 2 on that. I've been to the movies since this is going on, and it's not so bad, but it's like, I don't really want to sit and watch it or wear a mask for 2.5 hours if I don't have to. So I'm just kind of, I don't know. But we'll see. I don't know. My wife might talk me into it. We may. I mean, it definitely is a movie you kind of want to see on a big screen. And I do appreciate that fact, but I don't know. I'm not sure. And other than that, I mean, there's some other movies. I think I told you guys about Freaky, which is the one with Vince Vaughn. He plays a killer that suddenly gets put into the victim's body. It's kind of weird, like a body swap type horror comedy. Kind of looking forward to that, watching that one. My daughter loves those kinds of movies, so she can watch horror movies with me. She likes horror movies. She does, and so does my son. And I've thrown everything at them, and they're not scared. I mean, my daughter's seen The Exorcist. Didn't even faze her. I mean, she was a little worried, but not, and scared, but not that much, Not like I was when I was a kid, dude. And that movie still gives me the, ugh, And I think it's because I read the book, and the book scared the shit out of me. I mean, there's 2 books I've ever read where I was scared, and that's one of them. The other one is, and my buddy Dan told me about this one, the Amityville Horror. Now, I know that was all proven false, or they made it up to make money, the family that lived there. But still, he insisted I check that book out. And it did, man. It's it's a pretty harrowing story if you allow yourself to, get into it. So, in the world of comics, not a lot, really. I mean, just the same kind of things. The Sweet Tooth is great. The Return of Sweet Tooth's been awesome. That Dawn of the Jedi series that I read, that's all about when they first became a thing, Jedi, and it was really good. I think it was Tython, the planet or whatever that these things land on, and then there's a lot of force power on this planet, and so that's where the first Jedi Academy was, and that's where everything started. It was a good series. I definitely enjoyed it. I'd be interested in reading some more. I know there's 2 more short series with those characters in it, so that'll be interesting. And I know we're getting stuff from the High Republic, so I'm hoping to be able to read some of that whether it be comics or regular books in the near future. Yeah. So let's see what else. Not much else in the reading department. I know John Alvide Linkvist, I believe is his name. I can't pronounce his name right, and I'm sorry if I'm destroying it, but he wrote Let the Right One In, and he wrote Handling the Undead, and a couple other things that I read that were really good. He's kind of taken on every type of monster in our society. So he did zombies, he did vampires, he's done trolls, which are a big thing in the Nordic countries, and he's got some new stuff out, so I'm interested to read it, and hopefully it'll be great. I keep saying sorry guys. Yeah, we'll see. I'll have to read it because I really have enjoyed all of his stuff. I wish they would make Handling the Undead into a movie or a series because it's really solid story. I like it a lot. So, I've got one of his books put on hold at the public library digitally, and hopefully I'll get that one over and be able to start reading his newer stuff. Not much else besides that. I did hear that some amateur cryptographers, did crack the Zodiac code, Zodiac cipher. The biggest one, I believe. That's awesome. 50-some years later, right? Wow, that's amazing. I haven't read enough on it, but I'm interested to see what they discovered. I know he didn't really give his name in the letter, and that was determined a long time ago, but they confirmed that. But I'll be curious to see what they garner from this and how they figure out who this really was, if it was just one person. It's hard to say. I think it probably was just one person, but we'll see. But that's about it on that end of things. Records, music. Okay. I did get, finally, my deluxe version of Lou Reed's New York. Definitely my favorite Lou Reed album, one of my favorite albums of all time. And it's an interesting collection. It actually has 2 LPs, 280-gram LPs, a cool liner notes book, and all that, but it's a big case, and it also comes with 3 CDs. So the new remastered version of the album, which is what the LPs are, and then it comes with a live version of the album, and then it comes with some extra tracks or bonus tracks or tracks in progress from the album, and then it also comes with a DVD, which is a live performance of the album. So, yeah, great collection, man. I mean, if you're a fan of that album, seek that out because it sounds great too. Of course, I had to play the whole thing on vinyl, and it sounds beautiful. Definitely even better than I ever remember it sounding, which is saying a lot because I love that. I love that album so much. Definitely. What else? Yeah, other than that, I mean, not a lot. Been listening to a lot of Sabbath again. Trying to get more into that Dehumanizer album, which is the last Black Sabbath album with Ronnie James Dio. It's good. I mean, there's some stuff on it I like, and the vinyl edition of it has some extra tracks on a second LP. It's good. It's just, I don't know. It's not like, maybe it's because he was older. And then I know they also released another album right before he died and the band was called Heaven and Hell, but it's the guys from, not all of them, but the rest of the band pretty much, other than the lead singer, from Black Sabbath, and the band's name is Heaven and Hell, and the lead singer is Ronnie James Dio. I think the album is called The Devil You Know. Very hard to come by. I may just purchase a CD of it, because I've seen those around for sale for reasonable. The vinyl of that is in the hundreds, and I'm just not sure I'm going to like it that much. I've listened to it a few times on Spotify, and it's great. I think it's better than Dehumanizer, personally. But it's not as good as Mob Rules or Heaven and Hell, the first Black Sabbath album with Ronnie James. But it's good. So I don't know. I'll probably pick up a CD or something of that and check that out. And then if it's great, I'll seek out the vinyl. But I'm just not wanting to plunk down a bunch for that vinyl without really being sure how much I love it. Maybe I'm being too picky there. That's about it. I don't have a lot of other vinyl coming. Probably the biggest thing that I've got going on right now is I've asked my wife for the Oculus Quest 2. Just the 64 gig version, because I'm not going to be a huge gamer on it. I will enjoy it for watching Netflix and other movies in it, and it seems like you're in a movie theater. I'm looking forward to that aspect of it. And I'm definitely looking forward to those Star Wars games. It's just, I could really care less about Beat Saber and some of these other games that are out there. They're just not really my cup of tea. I'm not a big gamer so much anymore, you know? So, but the Star Wars games, yeah, I'll play those. They'll be interesting. It looks pretty amazing. I'm excited for that, too. That's about it, guys. Not much else going on. Just getting ready for Christmas and living life like the rest of us. So, I don't know what you guys got going on, but I would tell you this. If you're feeling down, you're feeling blue, hang in there. This time of year kind of just does that to people. It's a human condition that we have, just not feeling super positive and happy during the winter months. But recognize that's what it is. That's what's going on, and that's what's making you feel and think this way. And then once it's identified, then you're aware of what it is, and you can figure out how to conquer it. Okay? Don't let it overwhelm you and overtake you like there's no hope. And if you do feel that way, that's all right too. But reach out to me, reach out to someone. You know, I'll put in the notes again, I will put the National Suicide Prevention Hotline and a link to their chat. They have a chat you can do online, and you can just chat with someone and talk to them about what's going on and how you're feeling and that kind of stuff. And they can help you get in the right direction so you can get some help. But reach out to someone. And if you're someone who knows somebody that's going through that, you know, ask them if there's anything you can do. Reach out to them. Sometimes that's all it takes is for them to realize that it's recognizable, and then they'll open up to you and you guys can figure that out together. And it's really about the best gift you can give anybody also. Consider that as well. That's all I've got to say for today. I'm not sure about an episode next week during Christmas. We'll see. I don't know. But I would say maybe not. Maybe the week after that, in between Christmas and New Year's, I might do a quick little episode. And I may even record a little bit of stuff on New Year's Eve and share a little bit of that with you guys. So as far as the Hot Wings Challenge, I'm not sure when that's going to happen now. COVID's really fucked everything up, as you know. But it had more to do with people were not going to be at my house, so I was going to have it at my house. And then camping and stuff got canceled in Scouts because of COVID. And that's why we didn't end up having it. So, you know, that's really what happened. We may still have it in the near future. I will definitely keep you guys up to date on that and let you know when that's going to be. It should be pretty fun. I may even live stream it because, you know, the Osmo Action Camera does do live stream. And I may set up something like that and then, you know, put the recording out there later for you guys to view if you want. But we'll see. I got some tricks planned. They're up my sleeve. We'll see how it goes. You guys all have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all that jazz, man. Just have a good time with your families as much as you can. Don't get together with 100 people, you know, but enjoy your time alone with your family and have a good holiday, you know. Do something different this year that makes you happy and move forward. This is all things pass eventually, and this will too, and things will get better in 2021 for a lot of reasons. But it will mark, you know, more and more people getting vaccinated, and this whole coronavirus thing will start to dissipate some. So still wear your mask, still be smart, but there's light at the end of the tunnel, everybody. Remember that. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. Take it easy. I'll catch you guys later, and get off my lawn.